Hey guys, welcome to the UpStreet factory. We're about to take a look at each of the tech roles and all the equipment and details that go into each one.
Alright, we're going to go ahead and get started with the lights. Now, this unit right here has the presets. We have 4 presets. They're labeled. Preset 1 is house full, preset 2 is house with stage, preset 3 is stage only, preset 4 is house dim, and then obviously off. Now for UpStreet, we always want to turn this off so that our light board controls the lights, not those presets. These are our 5 programmed faders, and number 1 is the house. So we move that up and the house comes on. The stage is the second fader here, and we wouldn't really want to get it any more than probably 2/3 to 3/4 of the way up, because if you get all the way up it just washes everything out. So typically during UpStreet it's going to look something like this, with the house full or mostly full, and with the stage at about 2/3 full. And then the others we have here are colors, sides, and center. All that means is number 3, and I'll zoom out so you can see this, but number 3, colors, that just means all the colored lights at once. So you've got the sides and the center and then the other side. Now fader 4, which is just the sides, in case you only wanted to do that, and then fader 5 is just the center colored lights, but not the sides. But generally speaking, you just want to use the colored lights, number 3, to just do all of them, like as the kids are walking in. So you might have some house and maybe the colored lights too. It just makes it look nice and colorful. Also, if you're serving in either the warehouse or the cafe, you're going to have number 6 here is going to also be assigned, and it'll be labeled with the word signs. And what that means is that's how you control the running arrow sign that's on stage in the warehouse, and then the cafe there's those 2 neon signs that say open Sunday and 252. So in those rooms you would have this one here up all the way. It's just an either or. It's either on or it's not. But during UpStreet you want to have that on at all times. The only other thing I wanted to mention about our light board is that master on the right needs to be up. Sometimes if you come in after a meeting or something, it will be down, but you have to have that all the way up for the individual faders to work. Moving over, we have a video switcher. Now each room has one of these, but they look different in each room. The one in the factory is probably the most complex, but really the only thing we use it for is just to switch outputs that go to our projectors. So you're switching in between ProPresenter and the DVD player. So obviously we don't really use DVDs in UpStreet, so you really would never have to switch. But in case you're wondering what this is for, that's what it's for. And so let's say you were switching from the iMac ProPresenter over to a DVD, you would just do this and back. You're just selecting what gets output to the projector. And with the factory one specifically, this button right here, if you're getting nothing but a black screen, chances are someone has turned this all the way to black. It's just a way they like to do to go to black after a video. So you want it for UpStreet to be right in the middle. And that way it'll work right. Okay, let's go ahead and take a quick look at ProPresenter. Now here you have your slides for the morning. You can just click through. One click starts the video, one click goes to each slide. You'll see down below we have the backgrounds. So what you do is you start, let's say you're on this song here, so you have your lyrics. You would just go ahead and click on a background and it starts, and then you can click through the lyrics one by one, or you can use the arrow keys. It's up to you. One cool thing to do is, if you know that the chorus is coming up, to quickly go down here and change your background for the chorus. That kind of adds a little bit of punch to it. One thing about ProPresenter that's a little bit annoying is that sometimes it will crash and shut down on its own. Now if that happens, it's possible that we may not have saved the playlist, although that's something that I do every week. But on the off chance that I was loading something that morning, I may not remember necessarily to load each slide from the disk and then save it in ProPresenter. If that's the case, the slides are still there, so I'll show you where to find them. if you go to the desktop, you see here you've got production library and weekly. So if you go to weekly, 2008, and then this one in particular was under March 30th. And so you can see right here, we've got the Lion DV. So if ProPresenter quits on you, you start it back up and all of a sudden your file isn't there, you can go in that way. Just go to weekly and then find your week. And then all you have to do to drag that into ProPresenter. Here's ProPresenter, here's the Finder. I would just take the Lion and drag it in right there. And it's magically there in ProPresenter. Alright, now we're going to move on over to the audio volunteer station. And this is the program we use called Foley Pro. Now up here on the top left, you have what we call bumpers. Now this just basically means transitions. So anything that's under here is going to be something like, you know, your prayer music, your pre-show and post-show music, wrap-up music, anything like that that's a transition during the production is going to be there under bumpers. Specials would be any kind of sound effects that happen, probably during the Bible story, but you know, really just throughout. Anytime there's a special sound effect, not a transitional music thing, but an actual sound effect, it'll be under specials. And you can see in this case we've got the earthquake there. And then the third category is music, and everything under music is going to be a track. So you may have you know, Every Day as your pre-show music over here with vocals, but Every Day over here is going to be just a track with background vocals. So anytime you're playing a worship song, you're going to be playing it from the music section. And you can fade away down here or just stop abruptly. Now, if you ever need to load anything in Foley Pro, it's a little bit complicated, but if you go into Applications, this is a little bit strange, but it's under Applications, Foley Pro, Library, UpStreet, and there you have your three categories. You've got bumpers, music, and specials. So it's not under Documents, but it's under Applications, and this is where you have all your files, and that's what Foley Pro will draw from. But again, those will all be loaded for you, and you shouldn't ever have to load them, but just in case you're ever wondering, in case you need to add something in, that's where you would need to drag it to, is that folder right there.